The biggest mistake I see producers making with their kick drums is a mistake that I made with my tracks for way too long. And I actually learned the solution from deadmau5. Make sure you save this video. Many of us make the mistake when selecting a kick drum for our track of either rushing and picking one that's just not right, or focusing on finding a kick that's in the right key of the song. The thing is, the key of the kick doesn't really matter. What matters is the transient on the kick. In other words, how long does the kick sample last? Because if you're using a kick that has a very long transient, even if it sounds good, when you play it on larger systems or systems that have a lot of bass response, it's gonna take up way too much space in the mix. It's gonna sound fat and flubbery, when sometimes all you need to do is shape that transient and shorten its duration. Now, ideally, you'll just find a different kick that works better, but even once you find the kick that works, depending on how your bass notes are moving in the song, a good rule of thumb is if you have a percussive, rhythmic type of bass going with notes that punch in and out, then you can use a kick that has a longer transient because there's space in between the kick and the bass notes, so they each have their own pocket to move in. But if you have bass notes that are sustained, like 808s or long subnotes, you're usually going to want to go with a kick that has a shorter transient, so you only get the punch, and as soon as that kick gets in, it gets right out. This will also make it a lot easier to sidechain your bass notes to your kick and make sure you get the best of your kick and your bass without them clashing with each other or taking up too much space in the low end of the mix.